Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back. This is the JR Wisdom channel. Once again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And today I'm going to be discussing a topic based off a question that I received on one of my earlier videos in reference to approaching women. And I'm not a pickup artist or a dating coach per se, but I'm glad to answer this question. And this gentleman who asked it, he seemed to be having or not having success with approaching women, and he feels down on himself, and he's like, no women want to talk to him, and he tries to talk to them and they're basically just giving him the cold shoulder and things like that. So he's getting real discouraged. So I figured I'd just make this video to kind of shed some light for you guys who are getting into dating or approaching women and things like that, and to try and have you be realistic about things or understand that things aren't always going to go your way, and don't let a lot of these dating coaches and these pickup artists blow smoke up your, and have you thinking that every woman you talk to is going to be into you, and every woman that you come across because you say a few magic words, she's just going to melt in your hands and just want to immediately go home and sleep with you. It doesn't work like that. All right. So let's just get that out the way. These dating coaches and pickup artists, it's their job to sell you a product, and the product or service, whether that be a book or basically coaching session from them. I'm no different, but I'm not gonna blow smoke up your, I'm just gonna get straight to the point with this in terms of that. So the majority of women are not going to be into you. That's just how it is. I'm just gonna let you know if nobody else is gonna tell you. This video is geared towards the average man, so I'm not talking about celebrities or those who may be perceived as, highly sought after, high value men. I'm just talking about a everyday run-of-the-mill guy. You may perceive yourself as a high value man, or you may be striving for that, but this is just for the average guy. So if you've been approaching women and you get shut down a lot and things like that, it's just like sales at the end of the day. If any of you guys have ever been in sales and you've had to do cold calling or just trying to solicit clientele for a business or even for yourself, I'm in real estate. It's not everybody you talk to so many people, and as far as getting that lead to actually become a client, it's not always, the ratio of it and the amount that you actually turn into clients is nowhere near what you think it would be. And a lot of people who are in sales understand this as well. But the thing is, it all boils down to being a numbers game. And what I want to tell you guys is that basically, and Corey Wayne kind of hit it on the head as well, is that for every 100 women you approach, maybe 12 to 15 will actually be genuinely interested in you. I'm just talking about for average guys, maybe actually interested in you in terms of giving you, a woman can give you her number, but that doesn't mean she's necessarily interested in you. I mean, truly interested in you from the interaction that you have by asking her for her number. Now, attraction is not a choice. This is true. But a lot of you guys will talk yourselves out of a situation, or talk yourselves out of the woman giving you her phone number, the girl giving you her phone number and being interested in you. And women can sense lack of confidence or fear, and some may find it cute, but for the most part, if you aren't coming with the correct approach and you're hemming and hawing and, looking at your feet, kicking rocks and things like that, you can turn a woman off really quickly. It's not like women can do several things. Women can completely mess up every single aspect as far as that. It's hard to turn a man off, unlike a woman. So just that's the biggest thing you need to be wary of. So out of that, like I said, out of 100, between 12 to 15 will actually be interested in you. And out of that, maybe 5 to 8, and I'm just being generous with this, maybe 5 to 8 will actually sleep with you if that's what you're after at the end of the day, which I'm assuming you are for those of you who are watching this video. So, and 5 to 8, like I said, that's me being generous. I would say more like 3 to 5. But the biggest thing is, if this is a numbers game, you just have to keep that in mind and don't take it personal. Most women aren't going to bite your head off. And that's what a lot of guys fear, is that a woman's just going to scream and yell or humiliate you or embarrass you. And you just have to learn to shrug that off and keep it moving. You have to learn to forget about it. And this isn't about just coaching you on how to deal with it, but it's just about, you have to be able to move on after rejection. Men, women can't take rejection like we can, but some of you dudes, y'all can't take rejection either. It may be the last time you see this woman. You know what I'm saying? The other thing about it is, it's about timing. Sometimes you may have caught, you don't know the woman that you're approaching. You don't know what she's got going on. She may have just broken up. She may have just gotten with a guy. She may have just been hit on by 100 dudes that day. And what's going to make you different at the end of the day? But you could have caught her the next day or maybe the next week, and she would have been perfectly fine with giving you her number and continuing the conversation later, so on and so forth. You just can't beat yourself up about it. And a lot of us, we tend to see a woman and we like, man, we put her on a pedestal just by looking at her. Man, she'll never be interested in me. She's going to turn me down as soon as I try. And you go through all these different scenarios and you talk yourself out of it a lot of times. But instead of just being a man and just going for it and take what comes with it, the worst thing she can say, and I know y'all heard this and it's so true, the worst thing she can say is no. I know a lot of you probably say the worst thing she can say is nothing, which is what a lot of women tend to do. A lot of women will just look at you and keep it moving. Not that she owes you anything, but many of us look at that and we tend to think it's rude, especially if you're coming at a woman, you're trying to be nice, you're trying to be smooth, you're trying to be, dapper, got all your stuff together, and approaching her like a gentleman, and she still gives you the cold shoulder. You want to go off on her. A lot of dudes do get neurotic, and this is what some women have to deal with. You have to realize, when you approach a woman, you have to realize what could be going through her head, how you're approaching. A lot of guys aren't smiling when they approach a woman. A lot of guys have a crazy look on their face when they approaching a woman. A lot of guys just weird women out. That's why you just walk up to a woman and you approach her, you say what's on your mind. No, I'm not saying like on some mode 1 stuff. I mean, you can take that route if you want to. Shout out to Alan Roger Curry. But you just approach a woman, and if she says no, you go on to the next one, and so on and so forth. And over time, you'll overcome that fear. But the biggest thing I want to say is, don't get discouraged. Most women aren't going to be into you at the end of the day. Work on yourself, work on your purpose, work on becoming a higher value man. That way it won't be so hard, and you'll have women actually chasing you, and it'll be like, okay, it's your loss. And that's how you should look at it. If you approach a woman, especially the better quality women you approach over time, and I hate to say it like that, but the better quality you approach the better quality of women you approach over time, you'll know as you approach them more than likely what she's going to say, and you'll know how the conversation is going to go. And you can almost, after practice over and over, you can set your watch to it. Same thing with sales. And a lot of you who are in sales, you know what I'm talking about. You have these ways, you have a response to everything. And if that response is no, don't try to convince a woman to speak with you, or don't try to convince a woman to talk to you or be with you or give you her number. It's more than enough women out there that would want to converse with you, that will want to be with you, that will want to go out on a date with you, that will want to spend time with you, instead of getting, bent up, all out of shape over one woman who doesn't feel that way, or doesn't feel a certain way, or you feel like she should be all over you or should give you her number, when that's not the case. We don't know where people's minds are at. So with that being said, just keep that in mind. Have fun, enjoy life, keep it moving. Just have that in the back of your mind that you don't know what you're missing. You don't know what you're missing out on. So that's what I encourage you guys. So with that being said, I hope you guys like this video. I'm not editing nothing out. I know I was trying to gather my thoughts on this. So give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Comment, let me know your thoughts on this as well. I encourage you, I invite you to gently hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. That way you receive all this awesome content. I also have 2 other channels that I encourage you guys, I invite you guys to subscribe to as well. The links are all in the description. If you have any topics you'd like me to discuss, please feel free to email them to me or comment below. And if you are seeking any advice, please feel free to email me as well. And with that being said, remember, anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. Peace be upon you in the mercy and blessings of the Almighty, and I will catch you guys on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.